Marketing your construction company completely from scratch can be very difficult and confusing. But luckily for you, I'm here to explain it all for you in a very simple way. And the key thing being is we're going to do this without breaking the bank. It's not going to be any expensive, confusing methods. So the problem is that you do good work, right? You're a roofer, for example, or you're an electrician, you do good work, but nobody sees it, right? And nobody knows it. As a result, your calendar isn't booked up. Nobody uses your services. So we're going to help change that. So what I'm going to do in this video is just explain what platforms work the best, give you a step-by-step actual routine and exact steps to get your desired outcome, get more leads. And I'm going to show you how to win quickly without making the mistakes that most people make. So our first point will be setting your foundation. So what are the things you should do initially to get those easy wins first before you do anything else? So I recommend, first of all, your Google business profile. You have to have this, especially if you're a local business in the area. This is just such a stamp of approval. It's free, there's no reason. It can be a bit of a hassle to get set up, to get approved by Google. But once you've done that, it's just so valuable. And I just got a quick figure here for you. On average, local businesses receive 1,260 views a month just from Google business profiles. So that just goes to illustrate how valuable it can be. And that's the average, remember. So, this is a lot of people who just aren't doing too much, don't have very many photos. If you put photos, if you're verified, you're going to be getting a lot more views than that. Another stat for you, verified profiles are 80% more likely to receive clicks. So keep that in mind and make an effort to get verified. So once you've got that set up, I would move on to basic branding. Now, maybe this comes before setting up your Google business profile, but all of these are things you should have set up either way. So you can create yourself a logo using Canva. It's completely free. Use Canva, create yourself a basic brand image, brand colors, a profile picture, and ensure your colors are visually appealing. Make sure they complement each other. Canva has a color wheel here, so you can just see what colors complement each other. So you want to make sure that you're choosing colors. Again, in this scenario, these are complementary colors, but you could do monochromatic. Just make sure that it looks good, it's visually appealing. And lastly, have a simple website. The amount of people I see without websites, it just boggles my mind. The last thing you want is a website set up, but it doesn't go anywhere, right? That's the worst. It looks unprofessional. It doesn't have to be complicated, right? There is value in having a good website. Complicated doesn't necessarily mean good, and simple doesn't necessarily mean bad either. But you just want to make sure that you're easy to contact, your phone number's there. And I recommend maybe use Squarespace if you want to do it yourself. It's cheap to an extent and basic, but it's very easy and it's an okay looking website. You can see here, this is the Squarespace website. You can just log in, see how much it will charge you. I know people who use that and they like it if you only need something basic. If you want something more custom, feel free to reach out to me. There's a link in the description and the first comment in the comment section, and I'll be happy to help you. So this should be the foundation of presence. Before you've got anything else set up, Google Business Profile, have some basic branding and get a simple website going. Now, moving forward into what you're going to do after that, there are some platforms that we're going to run through all the platforms now, actually. And just be aware that not all platforms are made equally. Some are better than others, but I'm going to give you the lowdown on this so you know which one might work best for your company. So firstly, we've got Facebook. Obviously, it's called Meta. That's Instagram and Facebook. Facebook is good, and you should definitely, in my opinion, I think you should start with Facebook. A lot of the users on Facebook, they are older and generally they own their own home and they have a bit more money. And often they're very willing to have a chat over Facebook and book an appointment. If you're a roofer, for example, Facebook can be amazing. There's also local community groups. So if you do a good job in your area, you're going to be recommended on those groups. But be aware that the younger homeowners, they're barely on it. Facebook, they're more on Instagram, really. And again, it can take some time to build a following. But once you do, it's definitely worth it. Moving on to Instagram. Again, Instagram and Facebook, I would say you really want to be running with these two. Again, before and after videos are extremely shareable. I see a lot of people go viral, even just showing something as simple as them doing landscaping on someone's garden and the transformation. People love to see videos of that. Some of the downsides to Instagram, though, is again, your only real way of getting conversions, getting jobs, is by having a link or your phone number in your Instagram biography. And it's a lot harder to drive those jobs from Instagram. You need to be consistent. It requires good quality photos and it can take months. Same with Facebook. So it's not a short term thing. You're going to have to be in it for the long term. But again, I would definitely recommend Facebook, definitely recommend Instagram if you're doing residential jobs, for example. Moving on to YouTube. Now, YouTube, it's amazing, but it's also very hard. So long term, this can be massive for you. And there's a few reasons for this. Firstly, because people love to be taught how to do things, especially for DIY. If you're, for example, if you're a decorator, you're showing how to properly decorate your house. YouTube is great. You can show someone instructional. They'll realize, oh, like this is really hard. And then they might call you because you've built that trust and you can help them out. And again, YouTube has YouTube Shorts, which is similar to what I was saying with Instagram. You can go viral and you can push people to your website to book a job with you. But it's very hard. It's slow to grow. It takes a year, if not longer, to get real traction. You need to edit your videos, audio, and you need to be consistent, right? So YouTube's great, especially if you're willing to put the time in, but it's less easy than Facebook and Instagram. But if you can get this running, it works very well. TikTok. Now, this is good to reach a younger audience. It's super easy to go viral on TikTok with no followers. People love to see like things being built and it all coming together and it being satisfying. Not much editing experience is needed because authentic clips do really well. And again, if something goes viral on TikTok, you can direct them to your Instagram, to your YouTube, to your website. So if you're already filming for Instagram Reels, you can just post it on TikTok as well. You might as well because it's just additional reach. But just remember, there's a few cons with this. The audience skews younger, so it's not always homeowners. And in fact, most of the time, it's probably not. It's hard to convert viewers again into paying clients because of the age and because of the way the platform's set up. This can be difficult. And again, 1 month you can be getting really good reach and your videos are going viral, and the next month nobody cares. So I wouldn't be too worried about getting set up on TikTok. Now we have LinkedIn. So LinkedIn it's either super valuable or it's almost worthless, right? So if you do, or you're looking for more B2B work or commercial work, LinkedIn can be amazing because all of these businesses, these developers, these directors, business owners, they're all on LinkedIn and organic reach is still strong. LinkedIn is it's not a new platform, but it's become a lot more popular recently, whereas Instagram and YouTube have always been popular for a very long time. And I know for our clients who are B2B commercial, it's great for landing contracts, but it requires a bit more effort. You need to be a bit more thoughtful with your approach. But if you're trying to build authority in your industry, for example, if you're in passive house, it can just be really great rather than just as a tradesperson. The only few cons is that it's worthless for residential for the most part. No residential user is looking at your LinkedIn profile to determine whether to go with you. Instead, they're going to be looking at your Google reviews. And again, because LinkedIn's B2B, the trend usually is B2B sales take a bit longer to actually occur. The sales cycle is longer. So don't expect conversions overnight. You need to be starting these conversations. So if you're B2B, you have to be on LinkedIn. If you're B2C, it's not a priority. So that covers all of the free organic content and organic platforms. Now, in terms of paid platforms, obviously, if you're trying to scale, you've got this set up, you've got your organic setup, you're happy with it, or you're just trying to scale very fast, then my recommendations would be to use Google Ads or Facebook Ads, one or the other. Now, again, Google Ads, the difference between these two is that Google Ads is more intent-based. People are already searching. And as a result, it costs more, but the leads are usually higher quality. Now, Meta Ads, Facebook Ads is amazing for targeting in specific locations. To be fair, Google's pretty good at that. And often the cost per lead is cheaper. In fact, but it's not intent-based search. Instead, you're interrupting people's scroll. Personally, I prefer Facebook ads, but I know people who have a lot of success with Google ads as well. So it's not like Google ads don't work, but Facebook usually works for more visual services. So if you're a decorator, because when you're scrolling, you see a photo, Facebook ad works quite well in that because it's visually appealing. You can show off your service if you have a very, very good service. Whereas if you're just doing boilers, for example, there's not much to show. Now, moving on to the most important thing is just reviews and referrals. With your online presence, just be aware it is reviews and referrals. Google reviews are the #1 driver of local construction leads. So be aware of that and put that to your forefront. Think in your head, I need to be getting Google reviews. Make sure you're asking for these reviews after the job completes immediately. Just send them a link or send them a text message and make it a system, not one-off. Every single job, every single time you're going to be doing this. You could offer them money for referrals. Make sure you're photographing every job. Maybe pay your team. Whoever has the best photo gets a £100 gift card or whatever. And if you want help automating your Google reviews, or say your Google reviews are quite low, feel free to give me a message. I'm more than happy to help. So in terms of a 90-day action plan for you to get up to speed to grow your organic online presence or just your marketing in general. Firstly, as we discussed, set up the basics, okay? Set up the basics, your Google profile, a simple website, and get your social media accounts live. Collect as many reviews as possible. Now, this will be an ongoing process, but in your first few months, make a massive effort to get as many as possible. And the main thing is just be consistent. Remember, you're in it for the long run. If you plan to be working in your business for the next year, next 5 years, next 10 years, then start right now. The sooner you start, the quicker and sooner this starts to pay off. And if you want help in being more consistent, or you're just not sure where to start, click the link in the description and book a call with us and we'll happily help you. And make sure to like and subscribe if this video has helped.